वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणम् तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। वागर्थाविव सम्पृक्तौ वागर्थप्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ। येनाक्षरसमाम्नायम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तमा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। We have to read from Apavarge Tritiya. The last point was Prakrityadibhyaha Prasankyanam. The Dvartika, under the Dvartika Prakrityadi Shabdaha, Shabdanam Tritiya Vivakti. Now Apavarge Tritiya. Apavargaha. Apavarga's meaning Samaptihi, accomplishment. Apavargaha. Apavargaha has got another meaning also, not here. In other context, mokshaha iti. Here it is, apavargaha is completion. Apavargaha palapraptihi ityartaha. 236. 236 the sutra. You see the sutra pata. 236. Has got the anuvritti of kala dvano pratyanta sanyoge. They're coming as anuvritti. That is when the accomplishment of the result is indicated. Then kala and advan, time and the path, the distance. Atyanta sanyoge, when there is when there is unbroken, atyanta sanyoga means continuous, unbroken connection, continuity, unbroken continuity. Then it will go Tritiya, the word indicating kala or advan, time, distance, will take Tritiya. So, Apavarge Tritiya. So, by that, which is upapadav, artha is involved. Artha pradhana. Artha drishtiya. When the accomplishment of the desired object, the accomplishment of the desired object is to be expressed, the third case is used. After denoting the words, after denotes words denoting the length of time or space. Example, Anna. Gloshena va anuvakaha aditaha. Anuvakaha is the portion of the Veda. Aditaha, studied. Anna is the day, in one day. Anuvaka is studied in one day. Or Kroshena. Krosha referring to the distance, studied in one krosha. So, Ahan Shabdasya Tritiya Vibhakti Rupam Anna. Ahan is Napumsakalinga. We have seen Agaha, Agani, Ahani. Three one is Anna. Similarly, Krosha. So, studied means the completion. The study is completed. So, therefore, in one day, there is this Atyanta Sanyoga, there is unbroken continuity. So, therefore, that is the Atyanta Sanyoga. When the desire to be expressed, the third case is used after the words denoting length, length of time or space when there is, let's say, when there is unbroken continuity. Atyanta Sanyoga. We have seen in Samasa also Atyanta Sanyoga. In contrast, we have seen in Dvitiya Bhakti, Masam Maditaha, Masam denoting time, where there may be unbroken continuity, but the result is not achieved. Masam Maditaha, but here it is achieved. Kaladana Atyanta Sanyoga, if you see that again, Dvitiya coming as Anuvritti for that Sutra 235, Karmani Dvitiya from there, Dvitiya coming as Anuvritti. So if there are also Atyanta Sanyoga, but there is no Apavarga, there is no Pala Praptihi, Samapti. Whereas in Apavarga Tritiya, there is Pala Avaptihi, Pala Praptihi. So that's the difference. Dvitiya and Tritiya. Other examples, Dvadashabihi, Dinaihi Nirogaha Jataha. Masena Anuvakaha Ditaha. Dvadasha Varshehi, Vyakaranam Shuyate. All these examples you can see. Tritiya Bhakti, Dvadasha Dinaihi, in 12 days. Nirogaha Jataha. Nirogaha Jataha, meaning Roga is disease. Nirogaha meaning it is healthy. It became Anavayam. In 12 days, yes, is free from disease. Nirogaha. Nirgataha Rogaha. It is Nir, then Roha. So Nir and Roga. Therefore, what happens? Rori, Pralope Purvasi Dirganaha. By that, Ni, Dirgaha Bhavat. Ni Rogaha. There is no Upasarga, Ni. Nir plus, we have the Dhatu, Ranji Dhatu, Ghai Pratyaya. Becomes, Ruk Dhatu. Ruk Dhatu becomes Roga. So, Ni Roga. Masena Anuvaka Haditaha. In a month's time, Anuvaka is completed. Study of Anuvaka, that section of the Veda is completed. Similarly, Dvadasha Varsheki Vyakaranam Tuyate. So you can see Tritiya Masena. So this is Apavarge Tritiya. Then Apavarge Saptami. So Apavarge Vishaye. When there is Apavarga, then it is Saptami. That is Vishaya Saptami. With regard to the accomplishment of the result of action, Tritiya Vibhakti is used for the words denoting Kala and Advan. Advanoho, Advan is Nakaranta. Adva, Advano, Advanaha. Advan, I think, yeah, Advan. Adva, Advano, Advana, like Atman Shabda. Then next one, 41. Tritiya, that is Eto Tritiya. The instrumental case is used to express the cause or the motive or the object or the purpose of action as distinguished from the mere instrument of it. Karana also is instrument. Eto also it is instrument, but there is a difference. Therefore, to differentiate from just being a Karana, here this Tritiya Bhakti is given for the hetu, the cause, the motive, the purpose of action, Tritiya Bhakti. Example, Adyayena Vasati. So, talk example. Adyayena Vasati. Why does he live? He lives for the sake of study. The purpose is indicator. Palam prati iha yetu. Palam is to study. For the purpose of study, he stays. Vasati. Punyena harihi. Drishtaha. Punya is the cause for harihi, for darshanam of the Hari. Punyena harihi drishtaha. So, kriya. Then dayaya harihi jitaha. Compassion is the cause. By compassion, the enemy is conquered. So here compassion, daya is guna. Then yuddhena harihi, that is kriya, yuddha. Tena aparadena dandyaha, dandyaha asi. Tena aparadena. By the mistake of him, you danyaha, you dandyaha referring to tvam dandyaha asi. You ought to be punished. Dandyaha asi. Kanyaya shokaha. Kanya is the cause for the shoka. Kanyaya shokaha. Vidya yashaha. So Vidya is the cause. Vidya is the cause. Woman is the cause of sorrow. Then Vidya is the cause for yasha, for fame. So you can see dravya, guna, kriya. So this cause could be a dravya, or the cause could be the form of guna or kriya. Then putrena harshaha. Son is the cause for happiness. Dandyena gataha, the dravya. Here, danda is involved in making the gata, but it is not part of the gata. Dandena gataha. So it is eto. Eto tritiya. Dravyam prati. Dravyam prati. It is danda is the vyapara. The vyapara, in the vyapara, danda is the hetu, karanam. Karanam to kriya matra vishaya. So therefore, the hetu will apply. Next example you see, kopena raktam mukham. So here, there is no vyapara sadhanam. Please example, danda is a vyapara sadhanam. Sadhanam. Kartuhu, what is karanam? Sadhakatamam karanam. Right? Sadhakatamam karanam. So that karanam, if it is, the example is given, it is nirvyapara sadhanam tritiya. Vyapara sadhanam, that is also tritiya. Whether it is Karane Tritiya or Hetu Tritiya, that we have to see. So Mrit is the cause for making the Gata. Mrit. Mrit is the cause for the Gata. That is also Hetu. Dandena Gataha. Mrit is the cause for making the Gata. Dandena Gataha or Mrit. Vyapara is, the Danda is involved in the Kriya, the Vyapara, in the transaction, in the activity. Then, Kope Raktaha, here there is no Vyapara, Nirvyapara. Nirvyaparaha, Kopena Mukham Raktam Bhavati. That is also, Kopa is the Hetu for the face to become red. So, Kopena Mukham Raktam. All these are Hetu Tritiya. We have seen Karana. Karana is compare with Karana. In what way it is different from Karana? Sadhakatamam Karanam. That which is the efficient means in accomplishing the action. And it is not denoted, when undenoted. Undenoted Karanam. Take Tritiya Vibhakti. Example, Parashuna Chinati, Datre Runati, Pashuna Pashoho Rudram Yajate. These examples we saw. Datrena Lunati, cuts by Datra, a sickle, which is, so Datra is, with Datra he cuts. So Datra is, it's Karanam. Similarly, Parashu. So here it is Etu. These are a good example to understand. Kanyaya Shokaha, Putrena Asyaha, Vidyaya Yashaha. Dandena Gataha. Here, Danda could be a Karanam also. This example is given in, under Hetu. This is how you look upon this. Okay. The Vyapara is involved. For the Vyapara, from the standpoint of the result, but Gata is a Palam Prati. Palam Prati Iha Hetu. Example, like Adhyayana Vasati. Similarly, Palam Prati Hetu. That is why this is an example. This could be Karanam also. You cannot categorically say this is Karanam or Hetu. It depends on the Vivaksha. That's why this example particularly written here. Dandena Hetu. Danda is the stick which is used in making the pot, which is Karanam, obvious. But Palaprapti, Palamprati, Hetuhu Bhavati. So here it is Dravyam. Dravyam Prati Hetu. Dravyam Prati Hetu, and this is involved in the Vyapara, and it's involved in the action. Therefore, this example. Nirvyapara example, Kopena. Kopena cannot be the Karanam. It is Hetu Tritiya. Because of Kopa, the face has become red. So you can compare these two examples, understand why this is in Tritiya. Dandena Gataha can be Karanam also. So don't confine Danda only to the Hetu, which depends on the Vivaksha. Depends on the Vivaksha. Okay. So we have some examples like Karmana na mokshaha, Jnanena mokshaha. Jnanam is the cause. So Jnanam is the Karanam or Hetu. Jnanam is the cause. It is the Hetu. Jnanena mokshaha, we say. Pramanam becomes Karanam. I said in the last class, Pramanam is Karan. That is why Karanam we say. Pramanam is the Pramanam is Eto. It has got it's Karana. It is Vitpat itself is Karana. Pramanena Shastrena. The Shastra is the Karana Tritiya. Shastrena Jnanam. Jnanena Mokshaha. Shastram, which is Pramanam. Shastra Pramanena. Shastrena. That is the Karanam for gaining knowledge. And Jnanena is a hetu for moksha. So you have to see the context and then find out whether it is hetu or karana. Subtle difference. Okay. So we cannot categorically say, you have to see the context, then see what it is. Okay. The kartra karanayo tritiya, by that tritiya, now here it is heto tritiya. Heto api tritiya bhavati. There are many examples in the Gita itself. I'll tell you when I remember that. Like Nayamatma, so the Upanishad, okay. Nayamatma pravachanena na labhyaha. Na medaya bhaguna shrutena. Shrutena pravachanena. So pravachanam itself is from the vachdhatu, lyut pratyaya, karane lyut. So pravachanena ayamatma na labhyaha. In Kathopanishad we saw. Na medaya, that is also karan tritiya. It's not hetu. Na medaya, na shrutena. All these are karana tritiya. Then कर्मणैव संसिद्धिम् आस्थिता जनकादयः कर्मणैव संसिद्धिम् आस्थिता जनकादयः. That कर्मणा एव, the karma alone, जनकादयः आस्थिताः. So we can say karmana. It could be karana or hetu. It depends how you interpret. Karma is the karmanaiva eva janakadaya astitaha. Janaka etc. They have published in the Gita. This from the Gita. The karmana is can be karana or hetu. So it depends how you interpret. So it can be both. Okay. In certain cases, it's very clearly hetu. Like with adhyayena vasati. Adhyayena is not karana. It is very clear. Purpose of study is, purpose of staying is to study. The purpose is indicated. Okay. So in such cases, it's very clear. In other cases, we cannot categorically say with like karmana eva samsitaha. Karma, it could be hetu or it could be karana. Why not? Okay. So you have to note the difference. Dhanena kulam, one more example. I think they have not written. Dhanena kulam. So dhanena kulam means the by dhanam, by wealth. Wealth is the cause for the prosperity of the family. So dhanena, dhana is the karanam or hetu. Dhanam is the hetu. It is a cause for the prosperity of the family. Dhanena, not karanam. Like putrena arshaha, similarly, dhanena kulam. This example, I think, is given stock example for this hetu. 2.3.23. If you see the website, I'll show you. Dhanena kulam for the by dhana, by the wealth, the kulam, the family, the lineage is hetu. prosperous, Kashika Vritti. Yes. Dhanena Kulam. Dhanam is a cause for the prosperity, for the well-being of the family. Similarly, Kanyaya Shokaha, Vidya Yashaha. By wealth, family is prosperous. We have to supply. By wealth, family. Okay. So Dana is the Karanam or Eto. Take it as Eto Tritiya. Again, context you have to see, but stock example is given Dana Hetu. Next one. So we can add more. So like I will add the Upanishad example. Nayamatma pravachanena na labhyaha. Ayamatma pravachanena na labhyaha. So pravachanam. Ayamatma pravachanena labhyaha. So pravachanam is not the cause. So pravachanam can be the hetu or could be the karana. You can take it. You can take it. Pravachanena labhyaha. Pravachanam. So pravachanam is not the means for gaining atma. Pravachanena has got karana lute. This example, I think I will put it in Karan. Yeah, what's the note?
Pravachanena na labhyaha. That one?
Na labhyaha, yeah. So here, this example, I will put it here because Ayamatma Pravachanena, it has got the Karana Vitpatti, therefore, like Pramanam. Therefore, that is not the Pramanam. Pravachanam is not the Pramanam for Atma. So, similarly, Na Medaya. That's Karanam is better. Ayamatma Na Medaya Na Labhyaha. Na Labhyaha. Again, categorically, we cannot say this is Karna Mareta, but I prefer to take it as Karna because Pravachanam itself has got the Karna Vitpatti. So then, another example, Shastram. Shastram is the Shastrena. Shastrena Jnanam. Shastrena Jnanam. The Shastra is the Karanam, the means of knowledge. That's what we say for Jnanam. Jnanena mokshaha, Jnanam is a hetu. I will add that. Jnanena mokshaha. Na karmana. Jnanena mokshaha. Karmana na. Karma cannot be the hetu. See, karma cannot be the means. We can take it as karanam or we can take vivaksha. Karma is not the hetu, it's not the cause for moksha. How do you say that? How you want to, present that depends. Possible. It can be karana or it could be hetu. Similarly, jnanam is the karanam. It has got the vitpatti, kana vitpatti. That's fine. That doesn't matter. Jnanam is the cause for moksha. It could be karanam or we can take it. It could be karanam need not be physical. Karanam need not be physical. It could be unsubstantial. It need not be dravya. So jnanam is the cause for moksha. It could be karanam or it could be hetu. This example, okay, not Dhanena Kulamandal. This example can be put it here as well as there. Anywhere you can place it. That depends. Karmana eva astitaha janakadayaha. Or I will do one thing. This I will put.
This example,
Sorry?
You had given that example earlier in the 3rd chapter of the Gita. Jnana yogena sankhyana, karma yogena.
That is Itam Bhute Tritiya. not this one. That comes later. Ittam bhute.
Right.
This jnanena mokshaha karmana na mokshaha. I will add this in karanam also. I will add this in karanam. So it depends. Same examples are the context. That's why when we interpret Shastra, we don't literally translate the vivaksha there. As a karanam, as a cause, there's a difference. Like this example I give, Shastrena Jnanam and Jnanena Moksha. Shastram is a means for gaining knowledge. Pramas, Pramanam, means of knowledge. Like Jnanena Moksha, Jnanam is a hetu for moksha. Or Jnanam, you want to present it as Karanam, this is your choice, you can do it. But here you don't see much difference. Whereas Vidyaya Yashaha, Putrena Ashaha, there it is very clear, it is a hetu, the cause for something. Similarly, you can say Kamena Krodaha. Panchami also, it's hetu Panchami is that Krodat Bhavati Sammogaha, Sammogat, Smriti Vibraha, Smriti Bramsha, Buddhi Nashaha. That is hetu Panchami. Hetu could be Tritiya, in Tritiya or in Panchami also. So your choice. The Kama is the cause, hetu Tritiya. So therefore Kamaha, Kamena Krodaha, Krodena, so like that we can do also. Kama is a cause for Krodha. Kamena Krodha. Krodena Sammogaha. So like that we can make. This is the hetu Tritiya. To understand that Karana, these are hetu. That depends. Okay. Then now we have the famous statement, na karmana na prajaya dhanena. What is that then? Jnane naika vartatvaman ashuhu. Na karmana na prajaya dhanena. Prajaya na karmana na dhanena na mokshaha. Dhanam cannot be the means. Karma cannot be the means. Jnanena eva mokshaha. So depends. Jnanam is the means. Is a karanam, is a hetu, whatever it is. So you can say, right? Na karmana na prajaya. This is also another good example. That is also another good example. Another example is that also in karanam I will add. Brahmanaha yajnena dhanena vividishanti. You say Brahmanaha under karana. Again, this is an example from the Upanishad. Brahmanaha yajnena dhanena. Brahmanaha yajnena dhanena. Yajna is karanam. Dana karanam. Vividishanti. You can see. So yajna is karanam, dana is a karanam. Vividishanti. Another example for karanam. Chakshusha pashyati. How does he see? Is a hetu or karanam? Chakshusha pashyati. Ramaha netrabhyam pashyati. It is karane tritiya. Chakshusha pashyati. Nasikaya jigrati. All these are karana. He uses that karanam. The efficient means in accomplishing the action. Karane tritiya. So you can see the subtle difference between the karana and the hetu tritiya. Okay, then I think this much is enough. So jnanena moksha, you can take it as hetu. That is, generally in Vedanta we interpret like that. Na karma is not the cause for moksha. Na karmana, it is not the means. In explaining that sentence, we say it is either karana or hetu. You cannot categorically say it is jnanam is the hetu. Jnanam is jnanena moksha. Because jnanena is there in the sentence, na karmana, na prajaya, dhanena, tyage naike, that is jnanena eva. Therefore, jnanam is the means. Jnanam is the means for moksha, na karma, na karmana. So therefore, where we take it as a hetu tritiya. Okay, fine. These are all some of the example. The context you have to see. Okay, accordingly, you can. We use as a indriya, some karanam, then directly we can say it is karanam. Otherwise, we have to say it is hetu. Okay, in hetu, sometimes that is that what is mentioned in Tritiya Bhakti may be directly involved in the Vyapara. Sometimes it's not that. So don't confine that hetu only to nirvyapara. Like putrena harshaha. So here you cannot say putra is a karanam. Example for nirvyapara. Kopena mukham raktam, nirvyapara. So here it is, in this example, it is clear it cannot be karanam, it is hetu. Whereas other example, dandena gataha, jnanena mokshaha, there could be hetu or karanam, this confusion can come, that your vivaksha, you want to present, that is your choice. Okay. So that distinction, you need to know. Then the next one. So it's not easy. So it depends on the context. Okay. In Vyavahara, what you say, that is up to you. But in the Shastra, when it comes, it depends on the interpretation. That is why we study Bhashyam, Bhashyakara, what he says, how he takes, we say. We take it. Okay, then next one. With the verbs meaning to be satisfied, to rejoice at, or to be astonished at, or to be ashamed of, also should be considered as third case by etau. Not written the sutra, you have to check these. Check the sutra pata. Anyway, but we will see later. I have not added yet. This I have added. Then just see the example, understand. With the verbs, the dhatu meaning this. To be satisfied, to be rejoiced, to be astonished, or to be ashamed of, also should be considered as third case. Eto tritiya. Ka purushaha svalpakena pitushyati. Which person? Ka purusha means kuchita purushaha, the compound. Tugati pradayaha. Ka purushaha svalpakena pitushyati. Is happy with a little. Svalpakena tritiya. Then ubayoho na tata lokaha pravinyena visishmaye. Na visitra ubayoho. People did not wonder so much at the proficiency of both of them. So pravinyena, rejoice, wonder. That is tritiya. Anena pragalbyena lajje. All these are stuff from the literature. Just I added, just to know it. Cannot, we don't find any examples other than this. Taken from Kale. I'm ashamed of this boldness. Anena pragalbyena. By this boldness, aham lajje. I'm shamed. Okay, so with the verbs meaning this, then this should be considered as third case by eto. Okay, then yena anga vikaraha. Yena anga vikaraha, words expressing some defect in the limb of the body. Anga vikaraha. That also must be tritiya vibhakti. Yena anga vikaraha. Akshna kanaha. By is blind by one eye. Padena kunjaha. Panina Kuntaha. By his hand is Kuntaha. Then Karnabhyam Badiraha. Then Prishtena Kubjaha. Ansh is bent. Prishtena Kubjaha. So when Angavikara is defect is present, that by what that word that what by what is defect, that is in Tritiya. So Yenanga Vikaraha, by that to 320. See the website. I think he has given same example. This is a stock example. Anga Shabdaha, Anga Matra Samudaye, Charire Vartate. Yena iti, tad avayavaha, etutvena nidishyate. Etutvena, that is etu coming as anurukti. Etutvena, not etut, okay. Etutvena, etu is not that. Etu is the, etu, it is in 2323. This is in 2320. But here Kashikakara says, etutvena nidishyate. Yena angena vikrutena anginaha vikaraha rakshate tataha tritya vikti bhavati. Yata Akshnakanah padena kunjaha panina kuntaha. Okay, why it is Angavikaraha? Angavikaraha iti kim? Akshi kanam asya. So Akshna kanaha. Akshi kanam asya. It's a counter example. So Akshi is Pratama Bhakti. Asya Akshi kanam. Asya Akshi kanam. So here we cannot make it Tratiya. Akshna kanaha is blind by one eye. Asya Akshi kanam, his eye is blind. Okay, we cannot make here Tritiya. Here it is Shashti. So when a person is referred to, so Ena Anga Vikaraha, the limb Asya Akshi, the limb of the body of a person is referred to. So that by which referred to, that will be in Tritiya. Yena Angasya Vikaraha. Anga is Vikara due to what? So Hetatvena is given. That it will be put in Tritiya. Okay, that is the example. See. Akshna Kanaha, blind of one eye, Padena Kunjaha, lame of foot, Panina Kuntaha ityadi. The Anga in this sutra applies to the entire Shariram. Whatsoever by reason of being a member of the body is defective, is indicated here. Okay, this is Ena Anga Vikaraha. The next, this is 2320. Then Ittam Bhute Lakshana. Ittam Bhute Lakshana 2321. A characteristic attribute indicate of the existence of a particular state or condition is put in third case. Like example, Jatabihi Tapasaha. Tapasaha is tapasvi, is characterized by his Jata. So Jatabihi Tritiya Bhakti. So that the attribute of the ascetic person. Therefore it is Tritiya. It is not Hetu or Karna. There is no here Vyapara or it's not involved in there's no action. It is the person is referred to by his characteristic. So therefore, Ittam Bhuta, it stands for indicator, a mark. So Ittam Bhute. Bhuta means Bhuta. Raptav. So Lakshana means Jnapakam, by which something is indicated, something is made known. So therefore, Jatabihi Tapasaha, an ascetic. Jatabihi Lakshitaha. Jatabihi Lakshitaha tapasaha. The tapasvi is Lakshitaha is characterized by, indicated by is matted hair. So if you add Lakshita, that will give, now you said Ganesh, Jnana Yogena Sankyanam, Karma Yogena Yoginam. So by adding Lakshita, you will get a sense of Lakshana. That is adding that Lakshita, the word, the sense of Lakshana you get, by which Lakshita is, by that Lakshana, by what is indicated. So adding Lakshita will give its meaning. Because the sense of Lakshana comes when Lakshita is added. So, Jatabihi Lakshitaha Tapasaha. Varnena, the Jnana Yogena Sankyaha, for example. Jnana Yogena Lakshitaha Sankyaha. Sankyaha Jnani, Sanyasinaha, are indicated by Jnanam. Karma Yogena Yoginaha, Karma Yogis are indicated. Karma Yogena Lakshitaha Yoginaha. Jnana Yogena Lakshitaha Sankyaha. Similarly, Varnena Bakaha, by color, is great. Varnena Lakshitaha Bakaha. Kamandalupani Chatraha. Kamandalupani is qualifying, characterizing the Chatraha. Kamandalupani. Kamandalu Panu Yasya Saha Bhuri compound. Bhuri Samasa. So the Kamandalupanina Lakshitaha Chatraha. Chatrena Upadhyayaha. Chatrena Lakshitaha Upadhyaya. Because the Upadhyaya is characterized by what? Indicated by, he has got a student, then only it's a teacher. Without a student, how can a person be a teacher? The student is a student. Chatrena Upadhyayaha. Lakshitaha Upadhyayaha. Okay, then Shikaya Parivrajakaha. Is Parivrajakaha, and that is indicated by his Shika. Akritya Shuraha. Shuraha is valorous by his Akriti, by his form. Veshena Yatihi, by Vesha, by his Vesha, by the Sakar robe, etc. The person is indicated as Yatihi. Similarly, Jnana Yogena Sankyaha, it's called Itambhute. Itambhute or Itambhave, same meaning. Api Kundrana Bhavan Chatra Madrakshi. Madrakshi, the Lunglakara. Did you see the Bhavan Chatra Madrakshi? Did you see the Chatra who as a Kamandalu? Apishikaya Parivrajakam Bhavan Adrakshi. Same. Did you see the person, the sadhu, with the matted hair? Shikaya, with the Shika. Shirasa Kalvataha. What is Kalvataha? Kalvataha is, person is bald.
Bald.
So therefore, Shirasa Lakshitaha Kalvataha.
So by appearance means we can take Itambute, no, Ji?
Sorry?
By appearance, Itambute can be shown.
Not
we can tell.
just appearance. In Jatabhita Pasaha, Shirasa Kalvataha, there you can see. So it describes a person, the characteristic of a thing or a person, or it's need not be physical appearance, like Jnana Yogena Sankyaha. Could be indicated by anything, right?
Okay.
Chatrena Upadhyayaha. The teacher is characterized by what? By the student
Student.
who studies under him, right?
Yes, sir.
It's not appearance there. So don't confine to such. That's why this statement I have taken as it is from the Kale only. A characteristic attribute indicative of the existence of a particular state or condition of anything. That is based in third case.
Okay.
Many places it comes in Gita, the Upanishad also. In Bhashyam also many places we Yes, same. It is Ittam Bhute Tritiya.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
The third example,
We were,
the third
third?
example in that one is where is Tritiya here? Kamandaluna
Oh,
Pani.
Kamandalu Pranina Chatraha, not Panihi. Yes. Kamandalu Pranina Chatraha. Kamandalu Panihi is the Pratipadika. By that, the person, the Chatra is indicated. Kamandalu Pranina Lakshitaha Chatraha. Okay. Then Divaha Karmacha. Divaha Divdatu. Lay. Divdatu governs. It is Karaka Vibhakti. Please see, this is all Upapada Vibhakti. Itambute Lakshya 2-3 section. 2-3 and all Upapada. 2-3 because Karaka is different in 1-4. And if that Karaka is assigned to Vibhakti, then it is Karaka Vibhakti. But 2-3-21 and all we don't have. You can see 2-3-21 and then we don't have the word karma, karna, etc. 2-3 Kartar Karnayos Tritiya. Here only karna is there in 18th Sutra. Karta, Anabhigita Karta, Anabhigite coming as Anuvrti. Anabhigita Karta, Anukta Karta, Anukta Karnam will be Tritiya. That's okay. Then we have a Kartikam that we know we saw. Sakahitya Pradana will come. Enanga Vikaraha Tritiya, not Karaka Tritiya. It is Upapada. Itambute Lakshana. Yeto. Yeto api Tritiya. Not to Karaka. Right? Similarly, the next sutra here, next here is 2-3-21. 2-3. Divaha Karmacha. Oh, Divaha Karmacha, it is 1-4. 1-4 section. Where it is, 1-4 is that Karaka, the Karana is defined. In 1-4 section, 1-4. Sadhakatamam Karanam. And if you see the Karanam coming as Anuvritti for the successive sutra, Divaha 1-4-43, and here Sadhakatamam Karanam. Sadhakatamam, that which is most tama pratyaya, sadhaka, helpful, helpful in accomplishing the result of the action. Kriyayaga siddho, that's all karaka. Kriyayaga yet sadhakam bhavati. The most useful the accomplishment of the action is called karanam, sadhakatamam karanam. That karanam coming as anuvritti. Sadhakatamam karanam divaha karana up to 44. So Divaha Karmacha, then Parikrayane, that also we will see. Parikrayane Sampradhanamapi Bhavati Anyatarasya. Okay. So this is Karaka Vibhakti. Divaha is Divdhatu. Div means to play. The example is Divdhatu will govern either Vidya Vibhakti because it is Vidya or Tritiya. Tritiya because it is Karan therefore Tritiya. Chakarat Vidya Api. Divaha Karmacha 1-4-43. If you see, the previous one is Karma. Chakarat, you have to bring in Karma also. Karma Karaka. Divaha Karmacha. Sorry, Karmacha is the Sutra Mitchell Karmacha. Karma is Karma Karaka. Karaka, the word coming as Anuvritti from the Sutra Karake. That we have to make it Karakam. Sampradana Karakam. Vivakti Parinama. Parinamam Krutva Sampradana Karakam. So Karma Karaka. So Divaha Karmacha. Divaha Karanam or Karma. That is Divdhatu will govern Tritiya or Dvitiya. Div means to play. So now example, Akshan or Akshehi Divyati. He plays the dice or Akshehi Divyati, we can say. So Divaha Sadhakatamam. Sadhakatamam coming as Anuvritti. Therefore, Divaha Sadhakatamam Karma Sanya Api Bhavati. Karma Sanyakam or Karma Sanyakam. Akshehi. Akshay is dice. That is the most sadhakatamam karanam for playing. Therefore, by this sutra, it is sadhakatamam, therefore it should be akshaihi divyate. By this sutra, can be karma karaka also. Therefore, akshan, the most sadhakatamam, most required instrument to play in gambling. Therefore, it is karanam, karmacha, by that karma karaka also. This is only for div dhatu, okay? This is only for div dhatu, div to play. So therefore, the most useful, the karaka which is sadhakatam, most it is required instrument that required in fulfilling the action, in accomplishing the action, that gets a sanya, karanam or karma. That is action which is denoted by the dhatu, div dhatu. So the karaka which is most useful in accomplishing the action denoted by the dhatu, div dhatu to play. That also must be considered karanam by the sadhakatamam karanam. By this sutra, karmacha, karma karakam also. That is why it can be dvitiya, tritiya. Karna karakatvat, kartar karanayos tritiya, karma karakatvat, anadite karmani dvitiya. That we have to connect with the 2-3 section. 2-3, kartar karanayos tritiya is the, this is the first one. Karta in tritiya, karna in tritiya. Anabhigita karta, that is karmani prayoga. Then karanaya, of course, it will be tritiya, anabhigite karna tritiya. Then karma is anabhigite karmani dvitiya. So that is assigned in 2-3 section. Okay. So that also we need to write. I have not written the sutra, but we can note. Kartar karnayo tritiya, I think the number is 2318. I'm not sure, you can check. And anabhigite, this karma is 232. That is 2. So akshan divyati by 232. And 2318, I think. 2318. Kartar karnayo tritiya. Okay, the next one. Sanyaha anyatarasyan karmani. That parikrayane, the next sutra, I think I have written later. Here or maybe in Saṃskṛtam, we will see that. I think maybe if I have missed it here, but I have written, I remember. Must be there, the next one that we will see. I have written somewhere. Maybe in Saṃskṛtam, because anyatarasyan sampradhanam is there. We have written there. We'll see. Now, next one. Sanyaha anyatarasyan karmani 2-3-22. Sampurvaka jnadhatu. Sanyaha means not sanya. Sanyaha sampurvaka jnadhatu. Optionally karmani. It will denote karma. If it is optionally means 2-3-22, then if it is optional 22, then what? Then you will see the tritiya, the word coming as anuvritti. 2-3. The number is 2-3-22. Yeah. Sanyaha anyatarasyan karmani. Sanyaha anyatarasyan tritiya coming as anuvritti. When tritiya comes anuvritti, that sampurvaka jnadhatu, that by which what is denoted, that will be tritiya, or karmani is there. Therefore, it enjoys karma karaka. Therefore, it will be tritiya vibhakti. So that is the, what is sampurvaka jnadhatu? Sampurvaka jnadhatu will be atmanipadi. That is why I think the example you say sanjanite. This is there in the 1-3 section, atmanipadi. Sampurvaka jnadhatu. Jnadhatu is 9th conjugation, it is a thing to vepadi. But sampurvaka jnadhatu will be atmanipadi. Sampurvasya jnadhatoho. Karmani tritiya optionally. Otherwise, it will be karmani tritiya. Karmani Tritiya Vasyat. Karmani Tritiya. Karmani is there. Atritiya coming as Anuvrutti. Anyataracham Karmani or Tritiya. So Tritiya is optional. So the Sampurvaka Jnadhatu means to recognize. Sam plus Jna means to recognize. So meaning, recognize. Knowledge is involved, therefore recognize. That will govern Tritiya Vibhakti optionally. So therefore examples, Pitra va sanjanite or Pitram va sanjanite. He lives in harmony with his father, lives in harmony or recognizes his father, recognizes, appreciates, that's the meaning. So Pitra sanjanite or Pitram. Pitr can be either in Ditiya or Tritiya. This is only for Sampurvaka Jnadhatu, meaning to recognize. So Tritiya is optional. Optionally, Tritiya, karma can take Tritiya. Saha, you have to Saha is there. Pitaram, with karma, can take Tritiya. Pitaram va sanjanite or Pitra va sanjanite. Governs Tritiya Vibhakti optionally. This is only for the Sampurvaka Jnadhatu. Then the next one, 47. 47, again taken from Kale only.
Excuse me. In the previous example, harmony, where is that word for harmony?
No.
He lives in harmony.
This is a translation given. He recognizes his father.
Not he is recognized. Like
Not he is recognized. He recognizes. Sanjanite Kartari Prayoga. Not
he
Karmani.
recognizes his father. Meaning.
It means he recognizes. You see the translation. He lives in harmony with his father. So recognizes father, therefore lives in harmony with the father. So I think this is translation given. That's why I just put. Its number is 2322. Previous one. Very good. Yes, not given. He knows his father. In that sense, he recognizes his father, knows his father, therefore understands his father, therefore lives in harmony with his father. That's a problem, right? Can be. So you can say, or he knows his father. You are not knows his. He lives in Tritiya Bhakti, lives with his father. He knows. That's the meaning. He knows his father. He knows his father means he understands his father, therefore lives in harmony with the father. That is why he lives in harmony. The translation given like that. I think it's okay. Sampurvaka Jnadhatu, it is to explain that in Tritiya, he lives in harmony with his father, the translation is given. So that the Tritiya Bhakti you can appreciate. Let it be like that. Lives in harmony means he recognizes, therefore, recognizes or knows. Therefore, lives in harmony with his father.
Okay.
Otherwise, Tritiya, the meaning we may not able to appreciate. That's why the translation is given like that. I think that's why I read in that translation as it is. Not given here, it's given somewhere else.
He understands his father.
Understands his father, knows his father. Therefore, lives in harmony. Okay. Next one. The words, all these words, excelling, resemblance, likeness, equality, swearing, rejoicing, and verbs indicating motion, price, etc. These are all upapadav. By this word, the words governing this, the words having this meaning will govern Tritiya. Like the example, stock example. E Mahabhava, Purvan Taya Atisheshe. Purvan is before, ancestors, your people before, earlier ones. Taya, E Mahabhava, Taya Atisheshe. Purvan Atisheshe. Atisheshe is you excel. You excel Purvantaya. Taya is in Tritiya Vibhakti. Purvantaya Atiseshe.
Is it taya or tvaya?
Not Tvaya. Tvaya, if it is Tvaya, then it cannot be Atisheshe, right? Atisheshe, She, Ati Purvaka, I think Shishtatu, then it is Madhyama Purusha Ekavachanam.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, we will just check that Tritiya. Yeah, Taya only. You excel your ancestors. Taya, don't take Taya. Taya is in that. Purvan Taya Atiseshe. In that the stock example, it is taken from some literature. It's in that devotion, even in Kale. Similarly, Dhamna. Dhamna Atishayati Dhama Sahasramnaha. Sahasramnaha. Sahasramnaha referring to Surya. Atishayati. So, Saha Dhamna Atishayati. So, he excels, he surpasses by his lustre, the lustre of the sun. Sahasramnaha referring to sun. So, Dhamna Saha Atishayati. Dhamna Saha Atishayati. He surpasses by his lustre. Dhamna surpasses by his lustre, the lustre of the sun. So, here the word Atishayati, that governs, surpasses. Saha Atishayati. That alone you take. Other words, we don't know the context. This is also from literature. Dhamna Atishayati. He surpasses by Dhamna, by lustre. Similarly, Taya Atisheshe. Taya Atisheshe means he excels them by devotion, in devotion. Taya referring to bhakti in that context. What context we don't know. So translation is given like this. In English, that's how it will be. You excel them in devotion. But Taya, Jittatya Bhakti. So Atisheshe, Atishayati, excelling. So therefore it is Taya. Taya is referring to in that context Bhakti. So Bhaktya, Tvam Bhaktya Atisheshe. We can understand like that. You excel Purvan, your ancestors, by Bhakti. Similarly, you excel the sun by your lustre, Dhamna. So in the sense of excelling, Tritiya Bhakti is used. When we come across the words, when we study the lessons, Laukika example, then we can add. So there is always stock example. This from the literature. Then resemblance or likeness, Sadrisha. Svarena Pitram. Svarena Pitram Anuharati. He resembles his father by Swara. Svarena. Saha Pitram Anuharati. Resembles in voice, in Dwani. Asya Mukam Matuhu Mukena Sambhadati. Resembles. Sambhada also resembling only. So Asya Mukam Matuhu Mukam resembles, his face resembles like that of his mother. Dhanadena Samaha. Dhanadena Samaha means in giving Dhana. Dhanadaha, Dhanam Dadati. Samaha is Samaha is equivalent. It is equivalent in giving Dhanadena, in giving money. Dana. Asya Mukam Sitayaha Mukachandrena Sambhadati. Same. Resembles that of his Sita. His face corresponds to the Mukachandra, moon-like face of Sita. Sometimes Samantika is also seen like Dhanadena, Dhanada, in charity, Dhanada, Samaha, equal. equal. That's why he said samaha, resemblance, likeness, equal. In dhanadena samaha tyage satye aparaha dharmaha iva. So equal to dhanada, the Kuvera in charity. Dhanadena samaha tyage satye aparaha. Aparaha dharmaha iva. In tyaga, in sacrifice, and in satya is another dharma. Aparaha iva. So here the resemblance or likeness is pointed out. Tulyaha devadattena. Tulyaha devadattena. So here you can see this Shashti Bhakti, Saptami Bhakti. Sometimes seventh case also is used. And Tulyaha is again the Samaha resemblance. Devadattena Tulyaha or Devadattasya Shashti Bhakti also we can use. That comes later. Shashti Bhakti also we can use. Sadrishaha Devadattena, Sadrishaha Devadattasya. Then, but Devadattasya Tula Upama Nasti by 2372 that we will see. Third case or sixth case may optionally come in the meaning of Tula or Upama. By 2372, what is 23? We'll see the 2372 later, but just to Sutra alone we'll see. 2372. Tulyarte Atulaha. Atula Upamabhyam. Tula and Upama. Tulyarte means Samanarte. Tritiya Anyatarasyam. And Shashti coming as Anuvrutti. Shashti where Sheshe Shashti, the Shashti. The Shashti Sheshe coming as Anuvrutti for the Sutra. Therefore, Tulyarte, in the sense of Tulya, Shashti Bhakti or Tritiya Bhakti can come with the exception of Tula and Upama. So when the word Tula and Upama is there, then it will not come. Then here it is, the exception of Tula and Upama, Devadattasya Tula, Devadattasya Upama Nasti. Third case or first case can come optionally in the meaning with the exception of word Tula and Upama. 1 minute, we'll see this 2372. I have added notes here. The note is misleading. 2372. तुल्यार्थैः शब्दयोगे तृतीया विभक्तिः भवति अन्यतरस्यां पक्षे षष्ठी च तुलापमा शब्दौ वर्जयित्वा शेषे विषये तृतीय विधानात् तया मुक्ते षष्ठीव भवति तुल्यः देवदत्तेन तुल्यः देवदत्तस्य सदृशः देवदत्तेन देवदत्तस्य तुला नास्ति उपमा कृष्णस्य न विद्यते अतुल उपमाभ्यां किमर्थं with the exception of Tula and Upama, there is here Tulyaha. Tulyarte, Tulyaha Devadattaha, Tulyaha Devadattasya. Tulyarte, Tritiya or Shashti can come. So Tulyaha Devadattaha, Sadrishaha Tulyaha Devadattena, Sadrishaha Devadattena. Tulyaha Devadattasya, Sadrishaha Devadattasya. This is the example for this 2372. So Tulyartha Shabda will govern Tritiya or Shashti. But here, Atula Upamabhyam, with the exception of Atula, there Tula Devadattasya Tula Nasti. Devadattasya Krishnasya Upama na vidyate. Therefore, here Tritiya will not come. So Tritiya will not come for Atula and Upama. That is the example. Okay. If it is Tulyarte, Either we can use Tulyartha we can use either Tritiya or Shashti. And when there is Upama and Tula Shabda is the Tulyartha, then Tritiya cannot be used, only Shashti. Devadattasya Tula Upama Nasti. By third case, by 2372, third or sixth case may be optionally used in the case, with the exception of Tula and Upama. Okay. With the exception of Tula and Upama. So that you can see the Tulyaha Devadattaha Devadattena Adevadattasya Sadrishaha Devadattasya. Then Tula and Devadatt Upama, then Tritiya Bhakti cannot be used. So that's the example here. With the exception of Tula and Devadatta. Tula and Upama. Tula and Upama can be used. When it is used, Shashti Bhakti will come. But Tritiya will not come. That is why this example is given. You see the example. All cannot be given in the table. There's a summary. Devadattasya Tula, Devadattasya Upama. That is valid. Devadattena Tula will not come. Devadattena Upama, that is will not come. It will not govern. Tula and Upama, the Tulyartaka Shabda will not govern Devadatta in Tritiya. But Shashti Bhakti is allowed. So therefore in 2372, that Nanji is there, it's applicable only for Tritiya. Please note, it's applicable only for the Tritiya Bhakti. That's why Kashikakara gave the counter example saying, Atula Upamabhyam iti kim Tula Devadattasya nasti Upama Krishnasya na vidyate. So Tula Devadattasya Atu Devadattena Upama Krishnasya Upama Devadattasya Tula. Okay, we don't see Tritiya Bhakti here. You can see Vasu has explained a thing. But with Tula and Upama, genetic case must be employed. There is no Tritiya. Anuvritya Va is from the previous sutra. It's there. Okay, then. Okay. Yeah, this update says Panini Maharishi says Tula and Upama cannot be used with the instrumental. Okay. Fine. This is an exception. So Tulyartha is Tritiya Bhakti with the exception of Tula and Upama. Okay. Next one, equality. Equal. Sadrishaha. Any word, I'm just taking Sadrishaha. Vishnuna Sadrishaha Virye or Viryaha, whatever it is. So he is equal to Vishnu. Vishnuna Sadrishaha. Similarly, swearing, promising. Bharatena Atmana Cha Agam Shape. I take oath. I swear. Agam Shape. Bharatena Atmana. Bharatena Atmana. Bharatena by Bharata and myself. I swear. Jivitena eva te shapami. Agam shapami. Agam te shapami. Agam te is tubhyam, to you. To you, I swear by my life. Jivitena. So you can see Tritiya Bhakti. Then rejoicing or being blessed. I think we saw rejoicing, that the verb also. Bhaktya Guru Mayi Anukampayacha Prita Asmi. So Bhaktya Guru Mayi Anukampayacha Prita Asmi. Pritihi, being pleased. Priti has been Bhaktya, Tritiya Bhakti. Bhaktya Guru Mayi Anukampaya Cha Prita Asmi. Ka Purusha, I think this example already given, but still, it's okay. Ka Purusha Salpakena Dushyati. Ka Purusha Kutsita Purusha, low person satisfied with little. Bhaktya Guru, the previous example, I have not given the translation, you can note. Bhaktya Guru Mayi Anukampaya Cha Prita Asmi. Aham prita asmi. I am pleased. I am pleased with what? I am pleased by bhakti, your bhakti. Bhaktya, guru bhaktya, by devotion to your guru. And mayi anukampaya, by the compassion towards me. By being compassionate with me. So therefore, Tritiya Bhakti, Anukampaya and Bhaktya. The Prita, the word is there, and here the Tushyati, that meaning is the Tushyati, being pleased, or the Prita, the love. So therefore, it will govern. Bhaktya Guru Prita Asmi. Aham Prita Asmi, I am pleased. The meaning is that I am pleased. Aham Santushtaha Asmi. Aham Santushtaha Asmi. By what? By Bhaktya, by your Tava Bhaktya, Tava Guru Bhaktya, by your devotion to the Guru and by your compassion towards me. The Putratiya. Then next one, motion. Ratena Sancharate. Atmanaha Padam Vimanena Vihahamanaha. Just passing through his own about the sky in a balloon. So this Ratena Sancharate, the words implying motion, you will see that also will be in Tritiya. Ratena Sancharate. He moves about in a chariot. That's the meaning. He moves about in a chariot. So Ratha is, why don't we take it as Karana? Can take it as Karana. Ratena. Ratena Vanam Gacchati. Karana Tritiya. Ratena Sancharati. He moves about in a chariot, then it is in Tritiya. Tritiya Vibhakti, denoting the motion of the chariot. The vessel or the vehicle or the part on which you carry something, that is, the moment is there, it is put in third case. Atmanaha Padam Vimanena, passing through his own abode. Passing through his own abode in a balloon. Whatever it is, that is taken from some source. What source I also don't know. I forgot. Ratena Sancharate, that example you take. When you come across that time, you have to identify this. Just to know it, that's enough. You will not probe much into it. Then Shatena Kritaha, that is important. The price, which what you buy, that could be a real price or metaphorical. Like a Shatena Kritaha, it was bought for Yashata 100 Rupyaka. Shatena Kritaha. So Prana Vyayena Api Rakshaniyaha. By one's Prana, Vyayena, giving up one's life. That is the cost. Api, even at the cost of one's life, Api Rakshaniyaha. That should be protected. Whatever Rakshaniyaha. Rakshaniyaha should be protected at the cost of one's life. Swaprana Vyayena. So here it is metaphorical. Here it is real. The price what you pay. Use no now. Kieta Mulyena Kritam. We ask the Lokika, for what price you bought? Kieta Mulyena. Chatena. Chatena Kritam. Okay, yes, Sugrut sorry, Sugrut is the Sugrut is well-wisher. Sugrut is friend. Sugrut is Sugrut Su, the life of friends. No, Sugrut Savaha, Rakshaniyaha, should be protected at the cost of one's life. Oh, Kieta, okay, this example, I didn't see this. It's there. Kieta Mulyena, Pustakam Kritam, by what price? Kieta Mulyena, that is also, you can see it is put in Tritiya Vibhakti. Then words implying separation from, they're also put in third case. Like, I am Ekapade Taya Viyogaha Upanataha. Again, this is a stock example. Not much seen, just it is there. Just we have to know. From the literature is taken. this separation from the Taya Viyogaha, that is Viyogaha, separation. Taya Viyogaha, separation from her. Separation from what it separated, that is Adhikarana. But here you can see, that's why it's given. It's an example. Tayas Viyogaha, separation from, it also can be, in Tritiya, it is seen in the literature. Mabhut evam kshanam cha te vidyuta viprayogaha, separation from vidyut. Okay, this is also Tritiya. So it can be in Adhikarana, but here it is put in Tritiya. So when we study Raghuvamsha, etc., we will come across such word. Then you can note that time, you can recognize this. Not now. Just for sake of completion, these examples are added. So not focus on this. It's not required much. With the verbs of carrying or placing, that on which a thing is carried, that also put in Tritiya Bhakti. Sahashwaram skandena eva aha. The verbs of carrying or placing on a thing. That is also Tritiya. Sahashwanam skandena eva aha. Skandena eva aha or vaha. Okay. He bore the dog on his shoulder. Okay. Just a minute. This is not aha, I think. Maybe a typing mistake. With the verbs of carrying or placing. Let me check just a minute. What's
Vahdatu will come.
hmm?
Bahati Vahdatu may come.
Aha is Skandena eva aha. Whatever it is, I have to check that. I don't have now. Or 1 minute, let me see that. Kale is Sanskrit composition. Student Baker Sanskrit composition. Taken from there only. There another book of Kale. But he has not given reference for all the sutras. But here only you will see some stock examples. The Shastra, etc. The exercises we will see. The exercises are a little difficult. So they are given from some kavyas. So here, this is Chaturthi. Tritiya. To be satisfied, rejoiced, astonished. Okay, then Vidabhi Gita Pasada. Sahashwanam skandena eva skandena. Vaha, it is ava skandena. Sahashwanam skandena. Skandeno vaha is that. Skandena. How do you split that?
Skandenaha.
Not skandena. Sahashwanam skandena. Skandena is Tritiya. Skandena avaha. Okay. This is my typo. Avaha. He carried. He bore the dog. Bhagati. Avaha. This is a litlakara. Okay, null. He bore the dog on his shoulder. So my typo. That's not aha, vaha, avaha, vagdatu. Vak plus null with apurvaka. Then Bhartaha Agnya Murdna Adhaya, placing the Agnya on the head. Kasya Bhartuhu. Placing means Bhartu master. Master or husband, whatever it is. Placing the order of his master Murdna. Not literally. Literally is, it's not Agnya. Avelikari. Is it Tritiya? It is Karana Tritiya. No. So therefore it is, we have to know, that's why this point is given. Cannot map it to any sutra. This is Tritiya. Kumara Sambhavam. So like the Itopadesha, he has taken from some source. So whatever, that is, it's good. You can just, that's why I taken the example as it is. Bhartuhagya Murdana Adhaya. We use also in language. Taking its order on the head, Murdana Tritiya, Murdan Shabda. What Karaka is that? It is Tritiya Upapada Vibhakti. That's how we have to take it. Because Adaya, placing, carrying, it is not Etav Tritiya, not Karana Tritiya, Ranitam Bhute, all this you have to rule out. Mudana Adaya. So with the dhatus of having the meaning of carrying and pleasing. So we need to note this. That will govern Tritiya. Then direction of
Murda
Huh?
means head. Head
Mur-
is
head. Yes.
Previous
Murdan.
example, there is no eva.
Shirasa.
Okay.
Huh?
Previous example, there is no eva over there. Okay.
That is my
Skandena
yeah. Skandena Avaha only. Yeah. Skandena Avaha. Bhagati. No, Udavan. Avaha. Yes. Eva not there.
Shamitam, the same example is in serial 39 also.
Which one?
Sahar
That can
Kandena
be,
Avan.
yeah.
Shwanam Kandena
You can
Avan.
take this to be a Karna Tritiya also. Context. 30?
39.
39. No, that not with 30. Yeah, here.
5. Yeah.
Hmm.
Skandena Shwanam. Avat.
Sahaskandena Shwanam Avahat. Yes. So here also in Prakrityadibhyaha Upasankhyanam. An attribute, the manner of doing an action. Okay. So by that also can be Tritiya.
So manner of doing includes carrying or placing.
Yeah, that's why it's given. So Vagdhatu carrying, and here it is the manner in which it is action is done. That also can be in Tritiya. Either you can consider by Vartika or you can take that, whichever it is.
Yes.
Right? So there's no problem in that. It's fine. Then next one. The direction of route followed to go to a particular place. Katamena digbhagena gataha saha jalmaha, that person that broke. What direction? Katamena digbhagena gataha. By which direction he went. So this is also, all possibilities are given. Okay, so you will not miss it. So when we study the text, we come across all this only. You can easily find out why it is Tritiya, means we can map to this point. The next one, words expressing the idea of such as kim karyam artaha prayojanam and the like, and the roots with kru and kim, the same sense given Tritiya. Like kim prayojanam, danena kim bhavati. So like that we use danena kim, by Tritiya, danena kim. What is the use of wealth? Danena kim means danena kim prayojanam. In that meaning. Therefore, kim karyam, artaha, prayojanam, in that meaning. The words expressing that meaning. Trinena karyam bhavati ishvaranam. Ishvaranam, trinena karyam bhavati. This is Subhashitam is there. The Kale he has given this, but then the Subhashitam he has taken from Subhashitam. Dantasya nishkoshanakena nityam. Nishkoshanakena nityam. I think I done correctly. Karnasya kanduadigana, kanduyanakena vapi. Trinena bharyam bhavati ishvaranam. Kimanga vahastavata narena. So then even a blade of grass is useful to the great people as a toothpick to remove food particles from the gaps of the teeth, or ear pick to scratch the inner ear. What to say of a man with speech and hands? Kim anga vak astavata. Vak astavata narena kim. Kim anga vak astava. That is what to talk about the person. This is also Tritiya, you can see. This example, that's why the entire one I've taken. Dantasya nishkoshana kena nityam. Karnasya kanduyana kena vapi. Trinena karyam bhavati Ishvaranam. Ishvaranam means not the Lord. Okay, so the people. Ishvaranam, Panditam, I mean, to the great people. Magat Purushanam. Trena api karyam bhavati. Even by a blade of grass is useful. Like Dantasya nishkoshana kena nityam. And Karnasya kanduyana kena vapi. What to talk about the people who has got all the organs intact? So Vak Hastavata Tritya Bhakti Narena Kim Vaktavyam Kim. So that is Subhashitam. So this part is given as an example. Trinena Karyam Bhavati Ishvarana. Right? If you take the exam, translation Kala, it is I think it's Kala is the translation is stating, not here. I mean this Sarka, which book I don't know. Here. Trinena. Kim Karyam. Of rich persons, even some purpose is saved by blade of grass. Okay, that is the meaning. Trina Karyam Bhavati Ishvarana. Not rich person, great people. Some purpose is even served by a blade of grass. That is the words like Kim Karya, Artaha, Prayojanam, Punaha, expressing the use or the need, and Kru and with Kim, etc. The one Tritiya, which is instrumental of that which is used or needed, then genitive of the user. Devapadanam sevakaihi na prayojanam. Sevakaihi na prayojanam, there is no use of servant. Your Devapadana, your Majesty's feet, has got no use of, no need of servants. So therefore sevakaihi put in Tritiya Bhakti. And the user is put in Shashti. That part I have not taken. That's required for us. Kim taya kriyate, then what is the use of cow to you? What is to be done to be taya? Kim taya drishtya, what is the use of seeing her? Aprajnena sanuragena dhrityena kaha gunaha. What is the use of anuragena aprajnana? His anuraga is devoted but is aprajnana, but foolish. What is the use of such servant? So you can take those examples. I have not added everything. I have added only this Trinena Karyam. Kortaha putrena jatena. This I have taken from somewhere. What is the use of the son? Jatena putrena kaha artaha yaha na vidwan is not dharmikaha, neither vidwan nor a virtuous person. Kim taya kriyate denva. What is the use of that? Of what use is the denu for you? Kim taya denva kriyate. Or what is to be done with the cow? It's me. Kim taya drishtya. What is the use of seeing her? So in that meaning, in that sense, it is used. Words expressing the idea of use or need with these words. One tritiya. Then alam and kritam. Alam meaning enough. Kritam meaning enough. Alam ruditena. Enough of cry, rain. Alam ruditena. Alam atyadarena. Enough of atyadarena. Over emphasizing. Atyadarena. Here it is. The alam iti vistarena. Enough of vistara, elaboration. So with alam and kritam, tritiya bhakti. Alam ati vistarena. Enough of over elaboration. Enough of elaboration. Kritam ashvena. Done away with the horse. So alam and kritam. Then saha tritiya, saha yukte apradane. Saha tritiya upapadav bhakti. Then saha is with meaning with is joined to a letter. The later will take third case. By the sense is that the word in the third case is not the principal. It's not the principal, not the mukhya karta, but the accompaniment of the principal thing. Like pita putrena saha gataha vino. Mukhya karta pita. Apradana karta apradane. Yeah, in the sutram also like this. Adirantena saheta. There are also saha ita. Saha tritiya is in the sutra. Adirantena saha ita saha. Along with the ita letter. Adihi. Starting from the first. Antena ita saha. Apradane dafa tritiya bhakti. Saha ita ita. Saheta. Tvaya saha vaneshu nivatsyami. So you can see saha. Not only saha, sakam, sardam, all these words are also is there. We don't have sutram for this. This is, we need to know. That's no sutram, I don't see any sutram or the vastika for this. But in the language it is used. The words having the meaning of saha also will govern tritiya. Sakam, sardam, samam, etc. Maya sakam, maya sardam, maya sakam, maya sardam, agacha. Amara sindhu asmat vidavihi sardam. Amara Sindhu, the heavenly river, Asmat Vidabi, people like us, but along with us, people like that is Sardam. Sahar Tena Yoge Tritiya Vidanat Paryaya Yoge Api Bhavati. Because of this, this is a statement. I think I've taken from some, maybe Kashika, I have to check that. Sahar Tena, when Sahartha, not only Sahar, but the word, any other word having the same meaning of Saha, accompaniment, like Sakam, Sardam, etc., that also will given Tritiya Bhakti. You can take this to be Saha Yukta Pradana, extension of that. Saha is, so I have not written the Sutra, Saha Yukta Pradana. It is 2319, extension of 2319. Not limited only to Saha, Saha Shabdasya, Paryaya Saha Paryaya Shabdaha api. Paryaya Shabdanam Vishaya api Tritiya Bhavati iti. The next one, words having or destitute of. Samayuktaha api arthehi. Though possessed of wealth, that is the meaning. Arthehi samayukta, even though he has wealth. That is the meaning. Arthena hinaha, devoid of. So this is what I thought in this Subhashitam or Lochanabhyam hinasya, devoid of Lochana. Instead of Yenanga Vikaraha, I was thinking about this Arthena hinaha. Arthena hinaha, devoid of wealth. Similarly, Lochanabhyam hinasya, for the one who is deprived of or who is without the Lochana. So I thought of this. Okay. Lochanabhyam beginasya darpanaha kim karo karishyati. So words meaning having or destitute of govern tritiya. Okay, next one. 1335. Danascha sache chaturtyarthe. Da dhatu will govern sampradana. Dhatu, when it is preceded by some, then when connected with the word in the third case, when Atmanepada Pratyaya is used, 1355 is section which deals with the Pratyaya added to the Dhatu, Atmanepada Pratyaya or Parasmipada Pratyaya. Now, the Vartikam is there, Ashishta Vivahare Dhanaha Prayoge Chaturtyarthi Tritiya Bhavati iti Vaktavyam. That is Vivartika. It says, Dadatu Ashishta Vyavahare Dhanaha Prayoge Chaturtyarthi. So the Vartikam is there, and 1355 says that Dadatu, when preceded by some Purvaka Dadatu, Atmanepada Pratyaya is used, provided Sa che chaturtyarte. That is used in the sense of chaturthi bhakti. When immoral conduct is employed, ashishta vivahara, not shishta vivahara, danaha prayoge, the third case or the sense of fourth case. That is what this Vartikam says. Where is this one? This is not in 1.4. If you see 1.355, the section itself is different. Atmanepada section. 1.3 is not Karaka. 1.4 Karaka. But here also we have Chaturthi. Tritiyarte, this third case. Third case are the sense of fourth case. Chaturthiyarte Tritiya. So therefore here this also taken added in the Karaka. Vibhakti. Dane. Vadiganat. Parasmai Paridhatu. Sampurva Tritiya Yukto Atmane Padam Bhavati. Sachet. It is Sachet previously. Samatritiya. Sampurvaka Dadatu Samaha coming as Anuvrutti for this. Therefore, Sampurvaka Dadatu Dhandatu, that is first conjugate, not first conjugation. Dhatu. Sachet Tritiya Vibhakti Chaturtyarte Bhavati. Tritiya Vibhakti Chaturtyarte Bhavati. Because Dadatu Dhan will govern Sampradana, to whom it is the one who is the recipient of the result, the pala, the action, will be Sampradana. But here, Sampurvaka Dadatu will govern Tritiya, provided this third case has sense of Chaturthi. Chaturtyarte Tritiya Bhavati. And when immoral conduct is employed, the third case has the sense of fourth case. Asishta Vivahare. Vartikam is there. Asishta Vivahare Dhanaha Prayoge Chaturtyarte Tritiya Vaktavyam. Tritiya Bhavati iti Vaktavyam. Example. Kamukaha Dasya Vashalya Samprayachate. Sampurvaka Dadatu. Dadatu, what will happen? We know. Sampurvaka Dadatu will be replaced by Yach. So Prayachate. It is Dadatu Parasmepadi. Yachati. But some pra also is okay. Some, if it is there, then it will be Atmanepadi. So when Atmanepadi is used for Dadatu, then the one Kamukaha Dasya or Vishalya, that has a sense of he gives to the Dasya, that which means Chaturthi, but Tritiya is used. So Kamukaha Dasya or Vishalya Sampariyachate gives to the female slave. What the object is given, that is not given. That's okay. Gives the object of enticing to them, Dasya or Vishalya. It's put in
Actually,
Chaturthiyate. Dasya, yes.
Okay.
But here it will not be. It is when immoral conduct is implied, third case, that's a sense. Here there is no va, only we have to use Tritiya, not Chaturthi.
Okay.
Chaturthiyarte Tritiya Bhavati. Anyatarasyam Nasti. Okay, therefore you have to use. When we come across somewhere, then we may question why it is not Chaturthi, Sampradana, by this rule, which is you will not see in Karaka or in 2.3. But you see this in 1.3. Right? 1.3 section will come.
Atmanepada section.
Atmanepada section, nothing to do with Karaka. But there it is given. So that's why you have to collect everything and put it in one place.
Okay.
So Chaturtyarte Tritiya Ashishta Vivahare Sampurvaka Dhandatu. Okay, that remember. Then Tritiya is over. Then Chaturthi. Chaturthi is Sampradhanam will take Chaturthi. What is Chaturthi? What is Sampradhanam? Karmana yam abhiprayati saha Sampradhanam. That is the important sutra, primary sutra. Then we have further it is said not only Karmana but Kriyaya also. Kriyaya api yam abhiprayati saha Sampradhanam. And Sampradhanam will be Chaturthi. Chaturthi Sampradhane, that is 2, 3, 30. Karmana is the object, the karma, the physical object. That is which is in Dvitiya Vibhakti in the Prayoga. The person to whom something is given. That's why we say the recipient of either the result of action or the very karma itself, the object. That is called Sampradhana, and that will be Chaturthi Bhakti. Like in the example. Upadhyaya Vipraya Gam Dadati. Someone, Saha, Gam Dadati. Gam is karma. That goes to whom? Or who is the recipient of that? Vipraya, Upadhyaya, the wise man. To him, Saha Gam Dadati, he gives a cow. Manavakaya Bhiksham Dadati, he gives Bhiksha to the student. Guruhu Yogyaya Shishyaya Vidyam Pratipadayati. Pratipadayati also has a sense of giving. That is why we say da to give. When it comes, the one who is the recipient of that will be Sampradhanam. Kandi Kopadhya, Kandikopadhyayaha. Shishyaya Chapetam. Chapeta means one slap. On the cheek, one slap. Dadati. Shishyaya Chapetam Dadati. Kandika is one who learns section by section. The Chapeta also is given, right? Karma. It is given. The one who is a recipient, Shishya. But it's called Sampradhan. Chaturthi. Gurave Patram Likati. Next one. He writes, the Patram is intended for whom? So here there is no da. Here you see da dhatu, and here also you see da dhatu. Pratipadayati. Pratipadayati implies to someone who it is shown or revealed. Therefore, that person is Sampradhana. Similarly, the Likati writes, Taha Patram Likati. Patram, that letter is intended for whom? To whom it goes? Who is the recipient of that? For whom it is written? That is Sampradhana, Guru. Similarly, Devadattaya Kupat Jalam Anayati. See, Kupat is Apadana. Dhruvam Apaya Apadana, we will see. Kupat Jalam Anayati. Saha Jalam Anayati. He brings water from the well. For whom? Jalam is karma, intended for Devadatta. Kim Vastu? Vidvan, hey Vidvan. Gurave Pradeyam. What Vastu should be given to the Guru? Gurave Kim Vastu Pradeyam. What gift? What is to be given? To whom? That is Chaturthi. Sampradhana Chaturthi. In Samasa also we saw Tadartya Chaturthi, Tadartha Bhaligita Sukha Rakshitaihi. You will see that it is connected. Then there is Vartikam to 2, 3, 30, Chaturthi Sampradhane. You will see that in the Sutra Pata. Kriyaya api. Natu karmana kevalam. Kriyaya api yam abhiprai. That is 2, 3. Karmana yam abhipraiti sampradhanam. Saha, then Sampradhana will be Chaturthi, 2, 3, 13. 2, 3, 13. This is 2, 3. This is 2, 2. This. Tadartya Chaturthi Vakshya Ita Yogi. Tadartha Valigita Sukha Rakshitahi in Samasa also we have the Sutra. You can connect. We'll see that. But here Vartika, okay, not given, but you need to note. Karmana api, I think the website must be there. Kriyaya api. Karmana yam abhipraiti saha sampradhanam. Kriyaya yam abhipraiti saha api sampradhanam. Even he or she for whom the action is intended. Here the action itself, Kriya itself. There it is karma, the object. Here it is action. That also enjoys Sanya Sampradhanam. Therefore, Chaturthi. Patye Shete. Patye Shete means Patye Shete, not he prepares for the battle. It's a wrong translation. Patye Shete.
Pati.
Pati is Pati only. So it is the wrong translation. I think copy paste problem. That is, let's see. Yam Abhipray. Or I think it is there in the taken from some I have taken from here, some from other, some from the website. Karmana Yam Abhiprayti Kim Vastu Uddaya Sannagate. Okay. Yam Abhiprayti. It's not there. It's not here. Maybe I have taken from somewhere. Let us see the website. Kriyaya Yam Abhiprayti Sadapi Sampradhanam. Patye Shete, the example is given. Yuddhaya Sannagyate. That is Yuddhaya Sannagyate is the example. He prepares for the battle. Okay. That should be the year. That's the next example. I will copy this. Number 2. Yuddhaya Sannagyate. Sannagyate means preparing. Yuddhaya Sannagyate.
It is there. It is given as the third exam.
Or given in the same. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Prepares for that. They're not the correct, sorry. Then this Patye Shete is means she sleeps. That's a meaning. For her husband. Okay, that is meaning. Copy this problem. She sleeps for her husband. Then Shaddaya Nirghate. Garga means Nindayam. Nindayam, Garga. Gargayam. Garga, we have seen the word Garga somewhere in the Sutra. Vipasada Charajapa, Bhava Gargayam. Right? So Gargayam, Ninda. Shaddhaya. For the sake of Shraddha, he criticizes, he scolds him. Yuddhaya Sannagyate. Prepares for the battle. Okay. So all these are Kriyaya Yam Abhiprayti. Then Karmanaha Karana Sanya Sampradhanasya cha Karma Sanya. This is a Vartika again. When Karma and Sampradhana are used in a sentence, Karma should be given Karana Sanya and Sampradhana should be given Karma Sanya. According to the commentator, this Vartikam is applicable only to the H Dhatu. This is Vartikam, but this is common. According to some people, some Vyakarna, this Vartika is applicable only to H Dhatu. That's why the example you see. Pashuna Rudram Ejate. Rudram Ejate, he does Rudra. I mean, the Yajna. The Yajna, he sacrifices. What? The animal. To whom? Rudra. Rudra should be in Chaturthi, right? But it is not Chaturthi. Sampradhana is given. What Sanya? Karma Sanya. Karma Sanya Katvat Dvitiya Vibhaktihi. Right? So, Pashuna Rudram Ejate. And Pashu is Karma. But that is given a Karana Sanya. Therefore, it is put in Tritiya Vibhakti. So the sentence should be Pashum Rudraya Dadati, right? This is the sentence. That's the meaning. Rudraya Pashum Dadati. That's valid. But Yajidata will be used. Then Rudraya, which is Sampradhana. The Sampradhana should be given what Sanya? Karma Sanya. Therefore Rudram. And Karma, which should be given the Sanya Karana. Therefore Tritiya. So Pashuna Rudra Mejate is equal to Pashum Rudraya Dadati. Same meaning. But Yajidata, when we use, the difference is the Karma will become Karana and Sampradhana will be Karma. So this not. According to this rule, Pashu has become Karana and Rudra has become Karma. This is only for Yajidatu. So Pashuna Rudra Mejate means Saha Rudraya Pashum Dadati. Ityartha. Same meaning. That is the meaning we have to take. This is only for Eshadhatu. So we see only example only for Eshadhatu. We don't see any other example. Okay. I think we'll stop here. 59. We'll see. Continue. Monday we don't have class. So we will meet on Friday. Okay. So it's a Tadarthi Chaturthi, that in Samasa also we saw. We'll see. We'll see the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Dhanyavadaha.
धन्यवाद शिवजी.
धन्यवादः जी.
धन्यवादः जी.
You must be having this document. I have updated. I think I sent you.
Yes, Ji.
Panchami is there in the document?
No, only the Chaturthi. Yeah, you sent.
Up to Chaturthi only.
Is
Oh,
there.
Yeah.
fine. I need to add Panchami. I think I'm almost done. So little is there.
Panchami is there, I think. I saw.
The first one you sent till 68, Chaturthi.
Okay. I will update this and then send you. Okay. Dhanyavada.
Dhanyavad.
धन्यवाद.